So like last week on like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, just about, I was having a lot of lower back pain, and I was like, oh, maybe I have my period, I don't know. I know it was, I didn't take a shower, not a shit. I also did not shit this morning, but that's another thing entirely. They hit like contractions. I know! So I had lower back pain last week, and then I pissed fucking blood, dude. I peed, and it was Thursday morning, and I peed, and it was very red. And I was like, I'm gonna go to the doctor. Because it was like, it was red enough that it was red, because pee dilutes blood pretty good, I think. And there was enough in there to where it was red. And I was like, what the fuck? So I went to urgent care, and luckily there was one close by to me that had no wait time, so that was cool, because the other one that I was gonna go to was a 2-hour wait time. So I went to this one, and I was like, you know, my back's been hurting the past few days, and I'm not sure, I've had kidney stones before, so I feel like it could be a kidney stone. And then they were like, hey, can you leave a urine sample for us? So I go pee, and I've been peeing super, super often anyways. My piss looked like watered down, like, red Kool-Aid. It was so bad. I saw it, and I was like, I am frightened. I am afraid. And then when the lady came in, I expected her to be like, bro, you need to go to the fucking hospital. But she's like, no, it just looks worse than what it is, because just a little bit of blood can even make your pee look really scary. So I was like, okay. So the doctor came in, and he was like, he pressed on my tummy, he pressed on my back, he pressed near my kidneys, and he's like, does any of this hurt? And I was like, no. And he's like, well, it's either a UTI or bladder infection or kidney infection or whatever the fuck he said, or it's a kidney stone that's been spiky and just shredded up the insides of your stuff. He did an ultrasound. They did a urinalysis. So I paid $100 to see the doctor. I paid $50 for them to do a urinalysis on my piss. And then if I wanted a urine culture, that was going to be another $150 to tell me if I had a UTI or not. And then if I wanted an x-ray, he recommended, he didn't even tell me the price of that. And he said x-rays only show about 60% of kidney stones, so we might not even get a positive affirmation on that. And plus I know that I have kidney stones still left in there, because the last time that I had them in like 2019, they were like, oh yeah, you've got more in there, it just depends on if they're gonna hit the drain or not. So I was like, excellent. So no ultrasound. He was like, well, we're gonna give you antibiotics and treat it as if you have a UTI, since you're not really in pain right now. And he's like, so we'll send those to the pharmacy for you. And I was like, okay, sure. So then I started taking the antibiotics that day, which have given me a headache almost every day. And then I had a little bit of kidney pain the other day, where it was like a sharp, like, quick one. And I was like, what the fuck? I can't remember what day that was. Do x-rays still cost an arm and leg? I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do. I thought this day was fucked. So today was pretty bad too. But like, yeah. When I was growing up, I never drank water, like ever. My parents always had soda and Gatorade in the house, and that's like all we drank. And if we ran out of soda, they just would go and get more. Like we drank like, I would drink like 3 to 4 cans of soda a day, like pretty much normally. And then if it wasn't soda, it was Gatorade or juice. Never water. Like I was probably just extremely dehydrated at all fucking times. So the last kidney stone I had was 3 millimeters, and kidney stones are like, they look like nerds candies basically, and they're gray. And nasty. Well, at least mine was gray, because I had to pee through a like funnel the last time I had one to see if I could catch it, and then if I could take it to the doctor if I wanted to. So I did that. I did not go to the doctor though. I was like, that costs way too much money, so I'm not gonna do it. So that time it was basically constant pain for about 10 hours. Actually longer than that. It was constant pain from like, I think it was 6 a.m. No, it was like 3 a.m. until like 11 a.m. was constant pain, and I went to the emergency room that time. And then it was still basically, I was having to take the pain meds for like the next few days until it passed. It was so bad. And basically what happens is your body makes these nasty little stones, and then they have to travel through your little tubes inside your body. And then depending on how big they are, they have to get flushed out or pushed out, and then they're spiky, and they just scrape all the insides of your tubes. And kidney stones are, people say that they hurt worse than giving birth. And also, I knew someone who broke their back and said they would rather break their back again than experience the kidney stones that they experienced once. So they're fucking terrible. They literally they hurt so bad that the last time that I had one and I was in the emergency room, I was like, I wonder if they'll just euthanize me, like, if I ask, because this hurts so bad and I don't know when it's gonna stop. I don't know when I was like, can you, like, can I just go, like, from this plane of existence, please? Can you euthanize me? It hurts so bad. I don't want to be here anymore. It was so fucking bad. Please drink water. It's the worst pain ever. Fav had one too. I almost passed out from passing mine. This morning, that's why I had to leave the recording, was because my vision started to go starry and black. And I was like, I'm gonna get to a safe recovery position, essentially. So, they're so fucking bad, dude. I just downed an entire water bottle during this conversation. I'm getting up for more. Please drink water. Please. Like, I'm not lying. It's the worst fucking pain ever. When I tell you that I wished for death. I wished for death, and I was not even in, like, a bad state of mind mentally, but I was in a bad state of mind physically from the fucking kidney stone. It was so bad. I'd rather shed my entire uterine lining at once than have another kidney stone. I swear to God, they're so fucking horrible. They're so bad. So this morning, we did the recording, and it was the first, like, round, basically, and we got to, the last drawing, quote-unquote drawing, and then it was right about to be the reveal. During the last few minutes of the drawing, I got the intense kidney stone pain, and it was in my side this time, high up, so I'm guessing it had started to move from the back to the front, because you can feel, if they're really bad, you can feel them along their entire trip. So you feel them start in your back, where your little kidney is, and then you feel it go through the tubes all the way until it gets to the bladder, and then I think there's, like, a little bit of, like, reprieve because it's floating around in your bladder. And then you feel it going through the urethra. So it's amazing and horrible. I got to the point where I was like, okay, this is really bad. I'm having a bad time. I was like, I finished my drawing, and then I put my head down on my desk because the pain is so intense, it makes you feel close to blacking out. And I was like, okay, hopefully it will pass and I can continue on, like, hopefully the pain will stop, but I was pretty much ready to be buckled down for another 10 hours like last time. And so I started chugging my water to see if I could flush it, and then it started getting worse, so I stood up, put my head down on my desk because it felt better to be in the fetal position, and then I waited till everyone finished their drawings, and then we went to go reveal them.
I just want to hold you right now.
Please. It hurt so fucking bad. It's awful. Thank you for the bits, but yeah, it fucking sucks. I needed to be held. I did. So Ben's like, okay, let's see what everyone has done. My awkward ass, I go, can I have a moment real quick? And Ben was like, sure. And I was like, I need to leave because I've been having some kind of fucking kidney stone or infection. I'm a rat. And it feels like a kidney stone right now, and I am in immense pain. And then they were like, oh no, like, feel better. And I just fucking left. I didn't even get to see all the drawings. I didn't get to see them. So I left. And I went into the bathroom. And I, started to almost vom. Well, I started to try to vom. Because the pain is so bad, it makes you nauseous. Because it's so intense and it hurts so badly. So I was like, let me see if I'm gonna vom. And I, like, gagged or whatever. What is it called? I was, like, dry heaving, basically. I did not vom. I was very close to it, though. And then I, started running the bath. I was retching. I was retching. Started the bath. Got naked. Couldn't get in the bath because my body was in so much pain that I could not unfold it. I had my knees to my chest, naked on the floor on my bath mat next to the toilet in case I needed to vom. I've been drinking a lot of cranberry juice too. Nudity? And then I was able to unfold myself and get into the very, very hot bath. And then slowly the pain went away. I had also taken 2 ibuprofen as well. It's so hard to take this seriously when it's coming from a rat. I'm sorry, I do hope you feel better soon. I'm a rat with kidney stones. Hi, Ipsy. Baths are great for Crohn's pain too. It's so fun to have a 2 to 5 millimeter stone making you vom, dizzy, give you fever, and stab you for hours. Yeah, that's basically it. Like, so then it went away, and I haven't had pain since then. But then I took my final antibiotic because you're supposed to finish the course of antibiotics anyways. The antibiotic made me dizzy, so then I laid down for another nap after I had one right after I got out of the bath. And then it also gave me a headache from that, so I still sort of have one. It's been a fucking day. The last time I had a kidney stone, I woke up at like 3 a.m. with the most intense pain of my life, went in the bathroom. I would take turns between vomiting and pissing because you feel like you have to piss and only a little bit comes out, probably because it's being blocked as well. I went to the emergency room at that point back then, and the person I was dating at the time, man, I wish I had had someone here with me today too, because I just needed, like, I just needed someone. Why does urgent care open at 9? I don't know. I think there was some that maybe opened a little bit earlier, but I couldn't make it. So I went to the emergency room. They hooked me up to an IV because I was dehydrated because I kept vomiting. But then I was like, I need to piss, and I couldn't get up to piss because I had an IV in my arm. And so the guy I was dating, I had one of those plastic tubes that they give you at the emergency room that you can throw up into. So I would throw up into the tube, he would empty it in the sink and rinse it. And then I was in so much pain, I didn't give a fuck. I was like, you know what? I don't even give a fuck about anything. So I would vom, he would empty the bag and wash it, and then he would bring it back to me, and I couldn't get up to pee, and I kept pressing the button to ask them if I could go pee, if someone could walk me to the bathroom, and they weren't coming. So then I would pee in the fucking vomit bag, I would squat in the hospital bed, piss in it, and then he would take it and he would rinse it out, and then I would throw up, and then I would piss, and blah 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 blah, and it was so fucking awful. But that was some ride or die behavior right there. Rat behavior. I was pissing, I was shitting. I was not shitting, luckily. But that was the one where they took all my blood, they tested it, and then they gave me that iodine that makes you feel like you're pissing yourself. They put that in my little IV, and then they put me through this tube that looked inside of me, and they're like, you're all stony in there. You're stony. He's gonna be someone's amazing husband. He was... Shortest, I'm sorry you're eating. It was horrible. But that's what kidney stones are like, and that's why you should drink water. That's why you should drink water.